Nick, I wondered whether you'd be happy to talk a little bit about the early days when you got home and perhaps expand a bit on how you got moving and how you got
Sure.
to being physically active.
Yeah, sure. Okay, so firstly, I vividly remember in hospital thinking, okay, so I had no upper limb movement at all, and I remember thinking, right, I'm not going to be discharged till at least I get my upper limb working, and then very quickly that I realised, okay, they're discharging me in a month, and I'm going to be going out with only the use of one arm. But at that point in the hospital, I was able to walk probably a couple of 100 meters in a week. So I knew that I had limits with my mobility. I could do probably, I don't know, maybe 50 meters walk in one hit.
Mm-hmm.
So I knew that I'd need my power chair to be discharged, and I was fine with that. I was like, okay, I have to accept, that I'm going to need this is going to be a process still as I'm leaving. So I was determined. I walked out of hospital. I was determined to do that, and made my stepdad drive my chair out.
Yeah.
But was discharged to a transitional living centre, run by the hospital. Took my chair, which I used to go to public spaces and access the shops, that sort of thing. But once I got there, I'd say I was going to a cafe or something, I'd take my chair, park it where I could out of the way, and then make sure, I was determined I'd at least do a little bit of walking, 5-10 meters to my table or go to the toilet, that sort of thing.
Good on you, Nick. So would you say the chair in the early days allowed you a degree of independence?
Absolutely. Yep. And the same with, I had a ankle foot orthosis or an AFO, and I have only recently weaned out of that after 4 years. That obviously gave me safety and stability in my foot, and it allowed me to walk more quickly, which meant that I was like, okay, it's not ideal. They're not comfortable. They don't look great, but I was like, okay, there's a trade-off here.
Yeah.
Just got to think about what my goals are,
Yeah.
and just accept that I'm going to need to just maybe use that for the time being.
Yeah, it's a great point, Nick, in having to find ways to feel more confident when you're out and about. And if that means having an aid or using a power chair and feeling that
And from the get-go, sorry to interrupt,
okay.
From the get-go, I was very determined to just put I trusted my therapist, and I was like, okay, I'm going to put my faith in them, and I'm going to, use them as a sounding board. And that's what I did. I think it's worked really well for me. So if I was recommended to do something, I wouldn't say I'm that compliant, but I was prepared to acknowledge that, okay, maybe they know better than I do.
Yeah.
I remember just bugging them all the time. Have you got people walking again?
Yeah.
Is this how it works? Oh, Nick, we've been doing this for 30 years.
Yeah.